Good morning. I'm answering another question because the answer came to me quite strongly this morning and clearly, so I decided to answer it here. My same friend asked about what keeps me motivated with rewiring, because I've been doing this for 2.5 years, 29 months to be exact, and I kind of have to laugh, to be honest. And I think those who are watching who have done something that was really hard at the beginning and then fell in love with it will get this, and if you haven't, then keep listening. When you start something that's huge and difficult and it seems like climbing Mount Everest, you wonder how on earth you're going to get to the end and when can I stop doing this. And this could apply to like anything. It could be getting a degree. I wouldn't know, I don't have one, but I can imagine getting a doctorate or a master's could be like this. Starting an exercise program or preparing for a race or trying to get in shape or some sort of job or creative endeavor. Pretty much anything that just looks huge when you start out and you're like, how on earth am I going to get to the end and when can I be done? Like, when can I be done with this? How am I going to keep my motivation going? And the crazy and amazing thing, thank God, is the more you do something that makes you more of who you are and is something you're here to do, especially if it looks too big when you start, especially if it looks like, how on earth am I going to do this when you begin it? Like, those are the things us humans are made for. We really like that kind of thing. Most of us, we have brains and limbic systems that are trying to keep us safe, and so we frequently start out with, some amount of fear or doubt in the process, but at some point that just falls away when you start doing it, and it's like, no, this is what I'm made for, and I'm so happy I'm doing this. I wouldn't have it any other way. That is exactly what has happened with this process for me of brain rewiring specifically, and it's funny, that my motivation simply increases more and more over time. There is a mindset too that I kind of wanted to tease out in this, a difference in mindsets. There is a mindset when you begin something of fixing things. I am fixing something. Like, I have, and this is more along the lines of self-improvement necessary. I don't think that people who are going for, a master's or wanting to write their first book or something like that, creating something, they're probably not going to have a mindset of they're fixing something. But if you're working on yourself, there can be a mindset of fixing something, and that can only take you so far. It really can only take you not very far. Like, it can take you a little bit. But then the rest of the time, it is really, really important. Like, there's a shift that happens, and it's really a helpful mindset. I think it's important to see ourselves and our lives kind of all as one thing and to focus more on what you're building. Like, from this moment forward, what am I creating? What am I making? What am I looking forward to? Because the past is over, and if you've watched any of my videos, you will know my belief is that human beings don't need fixing. We need loving. We need purifying. We don't need to be fixed. There's nothing wrong with us. We have everything we need within us. All of the grace of God is available at all times. All the tools and everything that we could possibly need to become the best we are is already available to us. All it is a matter of chipping away at what's not us and purifying and strengthening what is us. So there's nothing to fix, really. It's much more of a matter of creation. I made an analogy to a friend I was talking to last night about how sometimes it feels like, and there's this amazing joy that comes with having detachment from oneself to a degree where almost in my mind, I imagine like I am a statue, but I imagine it more like a robot, like a really messy robot. It's just kind of like pieced together. I don't know why, that just the image that came to my mind. And I'm like tinkering with it, like I'm messing with wires and deciding like what I want where, and do I want this piece here, do I want like that color, like what is it that I want within myself? And I'm creating, like I'm building me. Who do I want to be in my life? What kind of a mother do I want to be? What kind of a wife? What kind of a friend? What kind of a home do I want to have? What kind of creative endeavors do I want to embark upon? And I get to install all the software that will make those things easy because I understand how it works. Like, I understand how human beings work, and so I can separate from myself as a human being and say, I've got all these tools, and this is back specifically to DNRS when it comes to doing visualizations and mood elevation and stopping pops and, creating new belief systems. the potential we have in that area is literally infinite. Like, it's infinite. We can engineer ourselves and design ourselves, our brains, to be really efficient for what we want to create in life. And given that I'm almost 30, like, I have a lot of life ahead of me. And if I install these things now, that's going to make my life so much easier. In the long run, like, installing habits and understanding that repetition creates new pathways in the brain and all of these things, like, it's, building these superhighways in your brain of whatever it is you want in your life, whether that's anything you want, you can be yours. So, quite frankly, the farther I get, the more motivated I am, because my brain's healthier, I'm more myself, and I can see the potential so clearly, and I understand the process so well after doing it for so long that it becomes, extremely motivating to know that, everything I want is very much within reach. It's just a little bit of practice, That's not, a little bit of time investment. Like, I've saved so much money and time recovering my health, and now I can use these tools to make more time and make more abundance and more love for the people I love. And I mean, what's not to love about that? Like, it's incredible. So probably is obvious from my body language, I am very motivated at this point, and I will continue doing an hour of practice a day and following the 5 pillars of DNRS probably for at least another 6 months until that's just normal. And I know that my brain, and I want to increase my activity level a lot, and the brain works incrementally and it needs support as it goes along. This is something too in my journey. Again, this is more directed towards people who have done or are interested in DNRS. I have come very close to recovery a number of times, and the reason I didn't go over to cross the line is I stopped before I was actually done. Like, I thought, I'm doing great. I don't need a full hour of rounds a day. I don't need to XYZ. I feel great. I can increase my workload. I can, all of a sudden take on a whole bunch of work and not be doing an hour of rounds a day. And it didn't work at all. I totally bombed. So, not worth it ever. Like, incremental is the way to go. And now that I know that, I will be incrementally increasing my workload, my stress load, while supporting myself with these tools and creating this whole new way of being where I put my well-being first so that I always have enough to offer, and I'm never at risk of, falling apart myself, because, as the mother in a family and with 5 kids, there have been a lot of less than positive side effects of me falling apart. So not worth it at all. It's much better to ask for help and do things incrementally and just stay the course forever, because this is a way of being that is just so phenomenal. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about it. So that's the answer. Kind of a forward focused creative mindset is what I have now, versus a fix-it mindset, and just seeing literally the infinite potential and knowing that I have a lot of life ahead of me. It's very, very motivating. So I have only gained motivation the farther I've gone. And I highly recommend this way of looking at life, because and I'll share one thing I do personally here. One of the things I do when I look at the choices I'm making in my life is I think to myself, like, when I'm dying, am I going to be happy I made this choice? Or feel like I lost something forever if I didn't make this choice, or if I made this choice, That's kind of one of the things I use as a barometer to be like, is this a choice I care about? Like, is this something that I'll be proud of on the day I'm dying or not? And that's a really important, it really helps, because I think that really, it's a good way of seeing what are my actual values in life. Am I actually living with accord with what my purpose is here on earth? If I feel good about this, then this is within my purpose. If it's something that I will be proud of, then it's probably one of the reasons I'm here. So that's it. Just my answer to that question. And yeah, again, do try this at home. Do create a creation mindset and pursue what you're here for and everything you love with all you are, because there's literally nothing to lose. It's incredible. Mwah!